were you hunters as turned on as I was when you saw Capcom present? Oh my god. Welcome back, hunters. My name is Sky Sensei, and this is the appearing sequel to Monster Hunter World. Announced just last night at the Game Awards. Absolutely insane. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't expect an announcement until next March or something for this expected 6th installment of the Monster Hunter main series. But this is a wonderful early Christmas present. So before we jump into some of the details, let me just point out here that yes, this is all we have at the moment. It's just a teaser. There's no other information. The game is expected to release sometime in 2025. No set release date. And we will get more details in the summer of 2024. And judging from the font style that was used in the ending scenes of that teaser, it is indeed the sequel to Monster Hunter World. The font is literally the same one they used for Monster Hunter World, so we definitely know it is a main series game. So I'm very excited for this game. I know it's been a hot minute since I posted anything on this channel. I'm holding on to a lot of copium here that I'm hoping that Capcom really listened to our feedback for this one when they took all those surveys way back when, and that they deliver cross-platform and all platform releases on day one. The community has been very spread out, as most of you know. Since Rise died down, we've been playing other games, both creators and the viewers and the gamers themselves. So it'd be really nice to see like everyone on all platforms, coming together on day one with the big hype. I think it'll present for a very strong comeback for Monster Hunter. So yeah, besides this trailer though, there's not a lot of facts that we know. So the rest of this video, I'm really going to give you guys my opinions of this teaser and like what I'm hoping for / expecting from this game in hopes that Capcom actually hears this. More than anything though, I just want to know what you guys think. Like I want to hear what your opinions are on this trailer, what you guys are hoping for. So be sure to comment down below. Let me know what your thoughts are. I'm really excited to see what this game could potentially bring for the community. So yeah, with that, let's jump into this trailer, talk about a couple things here. This trailer really embodied the concept of, the wilds. The vast, open, exploring lands untamed by any one species. It screamed to me open world, which would be very interesting for Monster Hunter. I'm hoping, or maybe actually I'm more so expecting it'll be like a limited open world, kind of something like Horizon Zero Dawn. I absolutely love that game, and if anybody has played that game, the progression was that like you could still explore these vast amount of areas, a lot of land, a lot of monsters to explore, but then you also couldn't go like too far out because until you progress the storyline. That's what I'm kind of expecting with this game. The trailer really did make it seem like, it's a very vast open land that not a lot of like human life. We're gonna have to really be one of the first hunters maybe on this island or this place or whatever. In that sense, maybe we have to explore this entire land, find the side quests from other people, other hunters hidden in the area somewhere. That there's also the collectibles and everything that we'll have to find and look around for. I think that would be really neat, and we could eventually create a hub instead of everyone just already being at the hub from the start of the game. And this style, I mean, in comparison to like what we have right now with Monster Hunter, what it's been like, just having quests that you like takes you down to the land and then you go hunt the monster and come back, and it's back and forth with the hub. That I'm just hoping that there's a little bit more open world, that we have to do a little bit more exploring to find things, to gather things, and then gather some intel, and then you eventually stumble upon the next quest. In addition to this, Iceborne, the Monster Hunter World DLC, also introduced a relatively small open world called the Guiding Lands. Now this is where you could go from biome to biome to biome to hunt different monsters, whatever parts that you needed. Now most of you remember that as the Grinding Lands, but I would imagine if they were to take that and sort of expand it, just expand it so that you could travel from biome to biome, but it was big enough that each biome had sub-biomes for multiple monsters, that would be the coolest experience ever. The other reason I also was hoping for / thinking they might move towards that open world kind of concept is because Monster Hunter World beautifully created this sort of researcher aspect of the game. It was a rudimentary system, but it worked very well, where you had to investigate monsters, collect tracks, and learn about those monsters over several hunts. You'd go in, find a couple tracks, then find the monster, hunt them. And you do that over and over again a couple times, and by the end of it, you had like learned all there is to know about this monster. Now the reason I say it was basic was because in reality, this only really helped you track monsters quicker in future hunts using scout flies. As we can see in this trailer though, scout flies have returned. Right here you can see we have the little container that our Monster Hunter World character also carried. So my hopes here is that if they are turning this towards a more open world game, we need to have a more fleshed out research system, One that doesn't just track monsters, but maybe, you know, helps us learn about them, which leads to breaking better parts off or certain parts off or carving better materials from them. You know, investigating and researching might also help us learn about the locale and what kind of monsters live in that locale. Or with any, like, kind of like with any open world game, you know, you'll find clues and stuff that lead to side quests and maybe the main quest and stuff like that. This is how I've kind of always wanted to examine or like explore a Monster Hunter game. You as a fresh hunter, you know, exploring these vast unknown lands, and you stumble upon these dangerous areas that you immediately know you can't win or survive, and you have to back out and come back to later. In previous games, we've always had monsters limited to our quest level when we land on the map, but if this is more of an open world, it has the potential to really push for us to like get those hunter, researcher, explorer type vibes from the game and really give us that open world, like make us like work for the exploration, you know, and like find the monsters on our own instead of just like jumping into a quest and seeing the cutscene of the monster and then you go and find them, right? So I think it would be really cool to have this sort of more open world experience to like really look around and explore the sandbox for ourselves. Next up, now there's a lot in this trailer that doesn't actually feel like a traditional Monster Hunter at first. When I saw it, I definitely couldn't recognize some of the monsters, to the environments, even the music was really fresh and new, which I loved, and even the weapon on the hunter's back. Now, of course, the debate right now is that whether this is a greatsword or a longsword. In my opinion, it's too thin to be a greatsword, but it's also definitely not long enough to be a longsword. A community member of mine also pointed out that there's a strange second hilt or something to grab. You know, you can see it right here in this picture, something to grab midway down the weapon. So I could be coping here, but I'm hoping this is a new weapon. But this could also just be a greatsword, and that's where you grab to do the normal block that you do about just putting up the greatsword like right in front of you. So I don't know, I could be coping here. That little hilt thing doesn't really fit a longsword though, so I don't think it's a longsword. I'm leaning more towards greatsword or a new weapon. A new weapon, in my opinion, would also fit the whole teaser effect. You know, everything felt fresh and new in this teaser, and showing off a new weapon would just be a beautiful added cherry on top. Now, the next cool thing that I saw from this trailer is the weather. Now, we can just see even from the first few seconds of the trailer, you know, as the hunter is being chased, a sandstorm rolls in, completely obscuring your view. And then they use that to transition to the next thing that we see, a thunderstorm where lightning hits the ground. Now, the lightning looked very dangerous, so this is a hint to me that we might be getting dynamic weather that actually affects the hunts. I think that would be absolutely insane. Now, it does depend how they play it out. You know, if they really just make it background effects, it's still really cool. But if there's dynamic weather that actually affects your hunter and the monsters too, not just us, but the monsters as well. Whether it's like rain that suddenly starts slowing you down, or it's lightning that comes out and damages the monster you're fighting and temporarily stuns them, this would be a very interesting addition to the regular hunting concept that most hunters are used to. I think the environmental effects will be something that we have to really consider when we're in a fight now. We'll have to be very aware of, and it could really change the dynamic of a hunt. But yeah, honestly, we'll have to see how they play out when we get more details, but I want to know what you guys think. Would it be really annoying or exciting to have dynamic weather that actually affects you and the other monsters in the hunt? Last thing I want to mention, this lovely creature, like holy hell, I want him. He runs like a Palamute, but then we see later in the trailer that this creature can freaking fly. Which kind of also indicates to me that they could probably climb just like the Palamutes did in Monster Hunter Rise. He runs, climbs, and freaking flies. So it's obviously going to be our main transportation method, and to be quite honest, I loved Palamutes from Rise. They were very comfy to have, very fun to trade and level up. In addition, they helped speed up hunts so much better. Like, it was just so much nicer to be able to drop into a hunt, take the Palamute and quickly grab what you need around the map, and then go straight to the monster. And then even when the monster moved, you know, you had like a quick method of transportation to catch up to the monster. I'm very glad that they're carrying this mechanic over. And of course, if it's an open world game, it's going to be extremely useful for us to traverse the land and explore the wilds. Okay, so there's definitely a ton more that they've probably thrown into this trailer, but I didn't want to make this video too long. I'm very excited for this overall. Rise was a wonderful game, but Monster Hunter World captured my heart many years ago, and it's the game that really led me to make content here on YouTube in the first place. So to see a sequel of some sort following World is all I have ever been hoping for the last couple of years. I'm really looking forward to hunting with the community again. As we get more details, I'll release more videos and let you guys know about them. So I'm looking forward to that, guys. I hope you guys have been well. I know I've been away from videos for a little bit. I've been actually taking a break from content creation, but I will be returning full swing when Monster Hunter Wilds releases. Man, Monster Hunter Wilds, saying that is going to be a tongue twister because I'm so used to saying Worlds. And it's also MHW. It's going to be so confusing. Ugh. Anyway, thank you guys all for watching. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel for more Monster Hunter content, and be sure to comment your thoughts on this trailer or teaser. It's been a while since I've recorded anything for you guys. Anyway, take care, guys. Stay safe, be happy, and keep hunting. Sky Sensei is out.